the most important thing to Indian people is? I need to figure this out before I go to India. Excuse me. I was just wondering what you think the most important thing to Indian people is.
It's funny that you should ask, because my dad is from India, and I think the most important thing is family. They're very big on respecting their elders and keeping up family values.
Thanks, you random kind person in the library.
Hygiene, like clean water and electricity, education.
It's a lot. I would say religion. It's a great way to keep people together.
I say freedom because that way they can be more open to things.
Probably like Bollywood movies.
Better standards of living.
Gandhi.
Yeah.
That was a good start, but I really need to find out some more.
An alum from the January 2013 trip to India and an expert on the subject of Indian culture. I'm here to tell you everything you need to know about going to India and its culture. In the second most populous country in the world, one would expect to encounter quite a few conflicting ideas about what is important in life. Therefore, when approaching the question, what are the 3 most important things to Indians, it is impossible to accurately answer this question. With this in mind, we can begin to approach the question by answering, what did it seem like the 3 most important things were to the people we met while in India? We can begin to eliminate generalizations without necessarily ignoring the presence of bias. Our mission is not to assume to be experts on what others value, but rather, from an observational standpoint, illustrate what struck us as common themes in the way people exhibit themselves and thus what we think is important to them. India is the 7th largest country in the world by area, and each region varies significantly. In New Delhi, we met many individuals with diverse backgrounds and philosophies. In our experience there were 3 common themes that we encountered over and over again. The emphases on service to God, service to family, and service to the community as a whole. We therefore begin here and plan on showing how these 3 concepts are all intertwined in some way and are extremely valued in Indian society. India is a land full of spirituality. It is the birthplace of several religions, and a multitude of faiths can be seen throughout the country. Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikhism, Islam, Christianity, and even Judaism can be found there.
Don't forget Zoroastrianism.
What's really unique about the region is that it has not only created religious tolerance, but fostered the growth of religiosity. Religion is not just tolerated there, but embraced. In our experiences, we witnessed this phenomenon in multiple ways. When we visited religious sites of various faiths, citizens were constantly trying to educate us about their beliefs and to experience their religion. It was quite moving for many of our experts to see the openness in which service to God was practiced. Now that you guys have some background information on the subject, let's go hear from another of our experts on how she experienced service to God in India.
Thank you, Ariel. My name is Kerri, and this is Kelvin, and we both went on the India trip this past winter.
Now that we are experts on this subject, we will be able to tell you more of what's important to Indians.
While visiting Shiv Murti, we were each moved by something unique we witnessed there. We had been visiting very early in the morning, and the monuments were alongside a busy highway. When we were loading back onto the bus, we noticed a few men pulled over on their 2-wheelers, praying quickly before continuing on with the rest of traffic. This wasn't just one man, but many. It was beautiful to see such dedication to religion, as well as the harmony in which so many religions exist in such a greatly populated country. This in itself is very representative of the way that the Indians we met viewed God and religion. To them, religion is not something saved for church on Sundays, but it is something that makes up an integral part of everyday routines. We really felt like religion was everywhere that we went while we were in India, so obviously it is something that was very important to them as a society.
Upon traveling to India, our experts were shocked by the immense hospitality that immediately met us. Whether we were getting tilakas painted on our foreheads, being greeted with marigold necklaces, or having flower petals showered over our heads, we always felt more than welcome wherever we went. It was not just our entrance into buildings that was hospitable. Once inside, the food never stopped coming. Coffee, tea, water, chips, cookies, appetizers. By the time the main course came, we were all stuffed beyond belief. Every business we visited from the first night always truly seemed like they wanted us there. Everywhere that we went in India, we were treated with the utmost respect. Atiti Devo Bhata. This is a popular Hindi phrase that means the guest is God. To get a better sense of the hospitality which we experienced in India, let's hear from another expert.
Our trip to JRE was one of the first days in India, and they were some of the most courteous hosts we were exposed to. The students and faculty both worked really hard to prepare many activities for us to participate in, to ensure that we truly understood what it was like to attend their college. A few of our buddies spent the day preparing traditional dance performance to entertain us. They took time out of their very busy schedules to make sure that we would have a genuinely enjoyable, unique experience. They made us feel at home at a place that was very, very far from it.
Indian society as a whole is extremely reliant on the strong bonds formed by family members. The family unit is unique in India for several reasons. While in Western culture, family members move out upon growing up, the Indian household holds several generations. In India, the idea of a family business is personified. The family unit is considered in all aspects of life and is included in decisions about education, marriage, business, and any other arrangement. In many of the locations we visited, we were exposed to successful local businesses that were family-owned and operated. At the Max Group presentation, the CEO, Mr. Manacha, accredited a lot of his success to the support of his wife and his extended family.
We saw another example of family-oriented business practice when we visited the optometrist's office at the bazaar. The man that was working at the time said that the business had been in his family for 3 generations, and he was continuing a legacy that his grandfather had left behind. When we went to the factories that were operated near Professor Gupta's family facility, we received a tour from the owner's teenage son. Each member of the family was extremely educated about every aspect of the factory's doings. If someone asked a question, not only could the adults answer it, but the sons, who were much younger than we were also able to. It was clearly evident that the family was extremely...
Even in multinational companies, the overwhelming importance of familial involvement had widespread implications, as evident by the policies implemented by PwC Gurgaon. PwC is a tremendous corporation with offices in over 150 countries. One of the major adaptations PwC had to accommodate for in their experiences in India was much more drastic involvement of employees' families. The presenter informed us that it became standard procedure to extend a job offer to both the prospective employee and their family. In addition, it was an essential priority for many employees that families were included in healthcare policies and practices.
I hope that this account of our trip to India and what we thought was important to the people that we met there will help you understand a little bit more about the Indian culture and our Indian experience.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah. I am so happy I met all those nice people. I'm definitely ready to go to India now.